Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. We're going to go ahead and get started in just about 5 minutes. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Grab your friends, grab your colleagues. We're going to learn about Google Slides in just a few minutes. So we'll get started here in just a second. Get ready to learn lots of stuff. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a great day and enjoying this beautiful weather. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. So if you've not gone out, you must do so after we finish learning about Google Slides. We're going to get started today. My name is Melissa Matthews. I work with the Department of Educational Technology, and we are going to learn all about Google Slide presentations and making them way more awesome than what we normally see and do. So we are going to learn so many tricks today, and hopefully you will love them and use them and enjoy them in your classroom. So ready to move on? Here we go. So how can we use Google Slides? So we can do the typical, normal, everyday presentation. So we can do virtual tours in Google Earth. We can do, explaining something, step by step using a Google slide deck. That all is normal. However, let's get out of the box a bit. Let's make a vocabulary presentation. So every kid gets a different slide and every kid gets a different word, and they're going to find a picture from the internet or go to Google Drawings and draw their own picture, write that vocab word definition and draw a picture or maybe even animate a picture to make it engaging and able for that student to understand by looking at that picture. Maybe they want to do a research project, and so we can do that collaborative research project in Google Slides to make the learning that much more engaging. I can, with a click of a button, take all the pictures that I've taken all year long, and using a extension, it will automatically make one picture per slide. I can add music to it, and I can have an end of the year video. Boom. I can do a global shared presentation, which means I can gather up people all over the world and other schools and other classrooms, and we can do a presentation on how we celebrate Halloween. So maybe I celebrate it differently than the people in Canada, which celebrate it differently than the people in Amsterdam. So all depending upon where you are, your definition of Halloween may be very different from mine, or Thanksgiving, or pick a holiday, any holiday. So there's tons of ways to use Google Slides. They can be blog entries, animations, all sorts of stuff. So we're going to move on and we're going to go live. So to start, we're going to teach you a very quick Google extension. So extensions, you have to be logged in to Chrome, which I am. If you're on a Chromebook, you don't log in, you're automatically logged in. And oh, you know what? I'm going to pause for just a second and I'm going to make this opportunity a lot better for you. If you are in my weekly webinars website, so if you're at the weekly webinars website, which I know the URL changes, so it's probably something like sites.google.com/weekly webinars or something similar to that. If you go to the bottom right corner of the viewer, you'll see it says YouTube. Click on the word YouTube and it will take you to the YouTube viewer. So you're going to see the same presentation, but you're going to have a chat window on the side. So I see there's a bunch of people that have already chatted. Hello, hello, hi. So hello to all of you. But you'll also notice that it's a little fuzzy. To make that look a little bit better, go to that bottom right corner again in the YouTube screen, click that little gear or the cog, and go to where it says quality. Right now, by default, it goes to 240p. If you change that to 720 HD or P, it will look so much better for you. So please go ahead and do that on your machines so that you can see much more clearly what I'm about to share with you. So if you've not already done that, do that. The other thing real quick, little housekeeping. If you look at the chat window, the very first link is to please sign in for attendance. You must sign in every week. If you attend, so every week you do sign in, let's put it this way. Every week you actually sign in, you will get a point for being here if you complete the homework. So it's 2 points per week. So 1 point is to sign in, showing me that you're here. And another point is to do that homework. And I can only give you 2 points if you do both. So please make sure you sign in week after week so that I know that you're here and I can give you points and attendance for that. Pat wrote, wow, it looks much better. Yeah, it does, right? So make sure you remember that week after week so that you can make that 720p instead of 240. It'll make a world of difference for you. Okay, moving on. So we're live. So I was talking to you about an extension. So extensions, you have to be signed in. So again, I am because you see my name. If you're not, there's going to be a sign in button right there. You can sign in. And also, if you're on a Chromebook, you're automatically signed in. So you do not need to sign in if you're on a Chromebook, because when you sign in the computer, you're signed into Google Chrome. So you're good. If you are on a PC or a Mac, you do need to sign in. Okay, now that we're signed in, I'm going to go to the Chrome Web Store. So I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to hit my apps button, and I'm going to hit that little bag for the web store. I could have also just typed in Chrome Web Store if I didn't have that little apps guy, which some computers don't. So I could have just typed in Google Chrome Web Store and it would have done a Google search for it and popped up. I'm going to look for the Google Docs Quick Create. And you can see it looks like this. And what this does, check this out. You ready? I want to make a new slide presentation. Click. New presentation. Click. Voila. That's all I had to do. So the other way to do that is if I went to my drive. So two other ways, actually. I click open a new tab. Here's my app selector. I can go to slides. And remember, you can move those. So if you didn't already know that, that's a cool trick. So I could go to slides this way, or I could go to my drive, which is an even longer way, but sometimes needed, and click new and go to Google Slides and make a new Google slide that way. So know that when I do this, I can do it from a template. So templates are kind of cool. So a template is going to give you a cool little background. So I could have flashcards. I could have pictures. I could have all sorts of things. So these are the templates that are going to go with my presentation to make them more exciting and more engaging to look at. Okay. Now, to me, the templates and the themes are okay. And I say that they're great for the first time you use them. But because I make a ton of Google slide presentations, they get kind of boring because you use the same one over and over and over again. So I cheat and I go, oh, and before I do that, let's look at this presentation. Here are some other themes. So you can see all the different colors and all the different basics of what they are. And it can change all sorts of stuff. And you know, it affects every slide. Right? So when I click that drop down, they're going to adjust here based on what I choose here. Okay. Now I'm going to cheat and I'm going to do fun stuff. So I'm going to do free Google slide templates. And it remembered what I was going to type. So I'm just doing a Google search for free Google slide templates. And the first result that pops up is my favorite. So this is Slides Carnival. So if I click on Slides Carnival, and of course it didn't work this morning, so hopefully it'll work this afternoon for us. You can sort by formal or inspirational, and you can sort through and see all the different presentations that they have. And when you click on one, and you've probably seen me use this one before, I like it. It'll show you that not only is this your basic template, but it has all these other different templates that come along with it. So it's not just the first one. And I'm going to jump to the bottom. And maybe it's one or two more. And then at the end of each one, they have all these little guys that you can copy and paste, and you can change colors, and you can do all sorts of fun stuff with and add to your presentation. And here's even more. So there's even a site on how to get to even more, which is kind of cool. So these are great little things to use. If I want to use them as a Google Slides theme, I just click that button. I make a copy. And this is where it did not work last time. And it doesn't look like it's going to work this time either. It did, however, work for other people that were watching yesterday or earlier this morning. And so I don't know why it's being mean to me, but all you typically do is click make a copy. It becomes your own and it works beautifully. It did work earlier at my desk. I tested it earlier on a different machine and it worked. It's something about this machine. So it should hopefully work for you. So these are Slides Carnival themes. Now you can see they have the Day of the Dead, Halloween Spooky. They had a couple other Halloween spooky ones that you could use. And I believe, look, I even searched for it remembers. So here's the Day of the Dead, and I love this spooky one here, and also your spooky presentation there. I guess they have one a year. So they started 2015, and so we have 4 of them now. So there you go. You can always use some of those for some fun, exciting presentations tomorrow if you wish. Another one, and did you know that if I hold this back down, it'll take me back to my search. It'll remember every page that I've gone to. So here, there's another one. So we talked about Slides Carnival. There's one called Free Google Slides Templates.com. And that one is also pretty fun. So this works the same. You flip through, you find the one that you want. So maybe it's this one. And you go down and it shows you the viewer. So it'll show you all the different pages that this presentation is going to come with. And then just below is the same thing, open in Google Slides. And I can open that and it's going to actually open for me in view only. This one's just a tad bit different where instead of making a copy, I'm going to go File, Make a Copy. And then I'll be able to edit it and change it and make it my own. Right now, what I'm seeing is view only, so I can't edit this. But I can if I do File, Make a Copy, and then I can do whatever I want to it. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, moving on. You ready? So I'm going to close out this. We've got some themes going. And let's see. I want to import a theme this time. And let's see if I can find, oh, here's my Day of the Dead one. So I'm going to use this theme and I'm going to select it and I'm going to import that theme. So I check it and I say import. And it's going to import my theme into my presentation. And you can see that all of my themes look different. So that's kind of cool. And I'm going to call this Halloween, oops, spelled correctly, vocabulary. And I'm going to put weekly webinar PM because you're the afternoon group. And are you ready? This is where some magic happens. So I type the title here. I'm going to go up here to the top left and I'm going to click. I don't have to retype it. It did it for me. Yay! It saved me a few seconds. Now, this is where it gets super cool. Are you ready? I am going to click this Explore button. And it's going to take my page and it's going to show me other options of how I could do this. Now, what if I want a Halloween picture? So it will search the web for me about information about Halloween, but maybe I want images. So let's see, I want this guy. So I click it. It shows me it big. I'm going to click Insert, and it's going to insert into here. So now when I go back on my Explorer, it's going to show me different ways to add in that picture and that text to make it look that much more exciting and engaging. I kind of like that one. So the Explore tab is super cool. I also want to mention, if we go back on the web, so let's say I use this Wikipedia site or this Halloween movie trailer site. Oh, and it's not going to do it, is it? Normally, it'll give you 2 little quotes right here, which will allow you to get the citation so that you can put your MLA or C, what is it? Your citation in at the bottom so you can cite your sources. So I'm not sure why it's not coming up right now, probably because I'm in front of all of you, but it will take you to that site and allow you to look through all sorts of things. I don't know about you, but I don't like scary stuff, so I'm getting out of there. But normally it will show you that little quote, and it will allow you to input that citation. Okay, so without further ado, I need you to help me make a Halloween vocabulary Google presentation. So I'm going to click this share button here in the top right, and I am going to click advanced because I want to not just invite you one at a time, because there are 21 of you watching right now and I don't know who you all are. So to make it easy on me, I'm going to just click change right here and not make it private, but I'm going to change it so that anyone in the world with the link can access this document. And not only can they view it, but I want you to be able to edit it so you can make your own site. So I'm going to click save, and I'm going to take that URL and copy it. And I'm going to go to my chat window and I'm going to paste it. And for those of you that don't know where my chat window is, if you came in late, in the bottom right corner, there's a word that says YouTube if you are on the weekly webinars website. If you click the YouTube link, it will take you to the YouTube site and you will see the chat window on the right. Martha put, with all the slides from those websites, will all the slides from those websites save to Google Drive? So you're going to have to add, I'm assuming you're talking about the themes. So you're going to have to add the themes to each one. I don't see my toolbar in Google Slides. Okay, so I clicked done here. A lot of you have already jumped on. I got 3 of you already. If you haven't, go ahead. Please go ahead and add your own slide and work on that. Not on the first one. This is our introductory one. And somebody said their toolbar is gone. Typically, there's a little arrow right here, a caret that goes kind of like this one here that hides and opens. That could be why yours is gone, potentially. Pat, did that? Oh, she found it. Never mind. She was on full screen. She's got it. Martha, will all the slides from those websites save to Google Drive? So all of the ones from Slides, Carnival, and things, yes. Anything you create under your Martha Combs at palmbeachschools.org will save to your Google Slides. So yes, most definitely it will. Now I can see that Pat is on slide 2 and Martha just joined her. So Martha, you may want to jump to another slide. I got Miss Maddox here and Nikki is with her. So one of you may want to go to a different slide. Chandria is here. Erica's there. Jennifer's there. So you can all join, and to make a new slide, you either click the plus and you get the basic one. Or again, if I click that down arrow, here's all the different ones I can choose. So you can choose any of these if you want, and then you can add your word and you can change the background and you can do all sorts of fun stuff with it. Remember, don't forget that explore button. It's one of my favorites. And remember, if I want to change the background, I just click background and I can choose an image. I can search the web and I can find one for Halloween. And so I can choose a background image and select it and press done, and then it'll change my background. Or it should change my background. I may need to click explore and see what it does. And it didn't like that because I changed the background. So, you know what? Maybe I didn't select it properly. Let's see. Not sure. It's not changing. Oh, well, I guess I like it that way anyway. So that's okay. So go ahead. Let's see what kind of stuff you're doing. Ooh, I got Kathleen's having that spooky haunted house. What word would she be looking for? Maybe haunted? Who knows? I have eerie and ghastly. And she's actually, who is this? Nikki is giving the students an assignment on how to use that, which would be great. A great exercise for your students. Oh, Mickey, who is this? Jennifer. I love Mickey. So yes, there's Mickey and Minnie and they're going trick-or-treating. And so that's great. She can add her title and maybe her definition on there as well. Who is that? I got Urbano doing Halloween. What a spooky, scary house. So he's going to need to define his word. And you can see all sorts of people. Now, the number one thing, where's the Explorer? So bottom right corner, do you see my little triangle? It says explore. So if I click that, that brings up that right panel and it'll allow me to edit the way that my page looks. Okay, good question, Martha. So now the number one reason why we don't give assignments like this to our kids is because Jennifer ends up doing all the work. And Kathleen and everyone else are like chatting about boys and they're doing other things and they're not doing their work. But because Jennifer did it all, they all get A's. Well, here's how to make that go away, that fear. So over here, if I go to File, Version History, and I go down to See Version History, I can pull up this sidebar here, and it's going to tell me like pretty much second to second, like see, it's 320, 320, 321. So almost every minute, it's going to tell me who's doing what. And I can see that Pat is purple. So all these purple things is what Patricia is doing. I can go down and I can see, scroll through and figure out here's the blue for Chandria. I hope I'm saying your name right. And here's some red for Kathleen on that version. I can go here and I can say, okay, I'm looking for color. So here's my pink. My pink belongs to Kathleen. Here's my brown. My brown belongs to Nikki. And I can go through and I can see who's doing what to make sure that each and every one of my students is working appropriately. Now, if I wanted to, a number one thing that I'm hearing from teachers is, okay, I made this awesome Google slide assignment and Kathleen accidentally deleted Nikki's page. Well, I go back into version history. I find Nikki's page. I copy it, Control C. I go back to the main version and I paste it in and boom, there's Nikki's page back. So I can always get that page back and make it without affecting everybody else. So that's another cool trick. Let's see. What else? When I am presenting, and we have a whole bunch of stuff to do. So real quick, when I am presenting, if I want a back channel for my students, I can click this down arrow next to present, and I can do a presenter view with Q&A. What that will do is it will bring up, and I can minimize this, I think. Where did it go? Start new. There we go. And then I minimize this or move it to another page even. And here's a URL for everyone who's staring at my presentation. They go to this site, and that's where they're going to type their notes and ask their questions. And then as I type questions, people can say, yeah, I have the same one, or no, I'm not quite sure how to do X, Y, and Z. And the teacher can see those questions and make sure they address them as the class goes through. But this takes away that fear of the student actually talking out loud in front of their peers, which sometimes is scary. And it allows other people to chime in and vote for different questions, which is also kind of nice. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our presentation real quick. And actually, yeah, that's okay. So we did this. Your turn. Homework. So let's see. Let's talk about this real quick. I need you at the end. So all homework is due December 21st. On December 21st, a picture for every webinar that you've attended needs to be uploaded. So if you attended 5 of my webinars, you need to have 5 pictures uploaded. If you're not sure how, if you go to weeklywebinars.palmbeachschools.org, on the homework tab is a video of me walking through step-by-step how to upload your homework in ELM. I cannot accept the homework via the email, so it must be in ELM. But there is a video walking you through step-by-step, so don't fear. There is also that PD survey, the 5 questions, how am I as a presenter? That survey needs to be completed once between now and December 21st. and you need to be signed in every single week. So if you look at the chat window in YouTube, you'll see up at the top the sign in for attendance and the Google URL. It is also, if you're at weeklywebinars.palmbeachschools.org, above and below the video that you're watching now. Okay, so that's your homework. Are you working on your engagement challenge, SOS? So the SOS Spotlight on Strategies, super fun strategies to teach anything to any grade level. It's super amazing. It's discovery education. And we have prizes. We have some pretty cool prizes. So not only do we have prizes, but we have prizes for, so we'll give out 16 total, 4 per area. So we'll give out for the North, South, Central, and West region. And then within each region, we'll give out one for K2, 3-5, 6-8, and 9-12. So we got lots of prizes. So please, oh please, go to that link, and I'm going to copy this whole thing real quick and paste it in the chat window so that you guys have it. And it is due November 16th. So it's a great way to join in and to participate in a challenge and hopefully win some cool prizes. So if you've not done that, please think about it, and please share it with your colleagues as well, because I think a lot of people would be interested. If I'm on YouTube, where do I sign into the class? At the top of this chat window, Evelise, I think is how you say your name. There's a link. So it's the very first one, and I wrote it. So hopefully that helps. Okay, ready? I need you, if you do not mind, to please complete our Google, our educational technology, what's it called? The survey evaluation. So I'm also pasting that link in here. I'm going to actually ask you to do this every single time we meet. But if you could please complete that evaluation, that helps my department know how we're doing, who's being taught, how the learning is being implemented, etc. So please complete that survey. Jen, she says, for the homework, do we need to make a presentation using Google Slides? Yes, you need to show that something you were taught today in class that you implemented in your work. So no matter what job you have, if you're an ITSA, you can maybe make a presentation on how to use computer tools, how to use the tools in the computer lab. It does not have to be a full-fledged presentation, Jen. It can be just a slide or a picture of you implementing the Explore button or going to Slides Carnival and using that theme as a new tool. Martha wrote, is the evaluation survey just done once or every time we take a class? So the survey in ELM is once. The evaluation that I just chatted you is, and what's up on the screen right now, is every single time. I'm sorry. If you don't do it, you're not going to be counted against, but my team would very much like your input. So if you could please take less than 5 minutes and complete that. I think it's more like a minute, and let us know how we're doing. That would be very helpful to us. Next page. Boop. Are you coming? So this is cool. So have you guys ever watched TV, the amazing races and stuff on television? I'm sorry, I'm typing. So we are going to host a Den Amazing race. So Discovery Education is hosting our Discovery Educator Network Amazing Race. So the Den Amazing Race. It is going to be November 13th. We are going to be serving you dinner. So pizza will be served. It is 5:30 to 7:30 here at the district office in the cafeteria. And we hope that you can join us and you can register. It should be so much fun. I've done 2 of them so far. I actually won one, which is pretty hard to do. And it's so much fun. So I hope that you'll attend. I know that a lot of you will register with the best of intentions and life will happen and you'll be unable to join us. So if you are ever unable to join us and you do register, we are purchasing pizza for you. So please just let me know, even if it's last minute, that you're unable to attend. Obviously, we need some time so that we can cancel the pizza, but if you could just give me as much notice as possible if you're unable to attend or if you're able to attend, so that we can plan dinner accordingly and hopefully not have too much leftovers. Normally when we do this, we end up with way too many leftovers. So I'd really like to not have that happen this time. So hopefully, please, 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 you can join us and see me live and have some fun on the 13th. The extension used is Google Docs Quick Create. Google Docs Quick Create. That is the name, Maribel. Okay, in 2 weeks. So November 6th is a PD day. So we've canceled our trainings. But in 2 weeks, Google Forms and Quizzes will be the next weekly webinar. And that is super fun. If you've not played with Google Forms and Quizzes, I think you'll really enjoy it. So we're going to go through and learn some tips and tricks with that. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for attending. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy next week's PD day, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Any questions, go ahead and you feel free to email me or type them in the chat window. Is there other info on the Den-mazing race elsewhere? Let me find it for you. I have that handout that I just shared. I can get that to you. I can give you the link to that. Give me just 1 second. Here it is. Right click, get shareable link. Hold on. Copy. Paste. Boom. That should be the link. Let's make sure it went to the right place. Yep. Perfect. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully we'll see you there, Pat. I have a feeling you may win. Great. Good. Any other questions? Okay. Well, you all have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.